It's been a while. I know. Everybody's been giving me so much shit about how far behind I am on the vlog. I want to apologize because I didn't anticipate that this would happen, obviously. I just have a lot of stuff going on. I've launched 2 companies. I still have the design work I'm doing with Dropdog and those clients. Still trying to have somewhat of a social life. And these month-long vlogs are like, they're a ton of work and it's a ton of footage to go through. I've been slacking and I apologize. Now, without any further ado, let's talk about Morocco. Our entrance weekend into Morocco overlapped with the exit weekend of another remote year group, Ikigai. So when we landed in Morocco, we were immediately shuttled to this dinner. This was our first experience with another remote year group. And I gotta be honest, it was weird. Their dynamic is so different than ours. And I know other remote year groups have had this feeling before. I talked with Kate from Remote Year's first group, and she feels like her group is the best group, and we know that our group is the best group.
We're not doing a very good job of making new friends though.
That's okay.
Well, there's nowhere to sit at the other table.
It was almost like another team in our league that we were playing against. There were a lot of great personalities. There were some, weird personality conflicts as well. But that happens in every large group of people. We got to talk to a group of people that had just been in the city that we were about to spend a month. There were a lot of mixed reviews. There was no one that was overly excited for us to be there. Overall, the tone of the conversation was, you'll see for yourself. I've been kind of learning in prior months that nothing anyone says is going to reflect my experience of the city. Fearmongering is definitely a problem. There's a lot of embellishing. There's a lot of very strong opinions. For me, most times that doesn't align with my experiences. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my personality. Naive optimism. I've learned to take what people have to say with a grain of salt. When I left New Jersey and moved to California, that was kind of weird and foreign to me. People are a little bit different over there. It's like passive aggressive. It's like very laid back. Leaving the United States and going to Europe, I experienced that same sensation where I was like, this is weird. I don't know what's happening. I'm not familiar with everything. It's uncomfortable. It made California feel like, what was I thinking? That was really the same. Leaving Europe and going to North Africa and experiencing Muslim culture, it was so different. And I immediately felt like, holy shit, everything I've experienced up until now was easy. That was so important for me to experience. I didn't know what discomfort felt like. I needed this. There was no way for me to understand that without actually going there and being immersed in that culture and experiencing that. And it was such an uncomfortable time for me that I grew a lot in those 4 weeks. And I know a lot of people didn't like it and they started to appreciate it after the fact. I really, really appreciated it during that time. And now I kind of seek that discomfort. Like we went from Rabat to Valencia, Spain after, and Spain, being back in Europe, it was like taking the weight off your back. I'm kind of addicted to that level of discomfort. Like I want that again, and I don't think I'll get that again until I travel to some Asian country in the future for the first time. Food was pretty good. I don't know why I was expecting it to be spicy, but it wasn't really spicy. We ate a ton of tagine. Tagine is basically the clay pots that they cook the food in. So when you hear people talk about tagine, it could be a number of dishes, but I ate a camel burger in Fez. That was interesting. Kind of like beef, but like beefier. Riads were an interesting thing to me to experience for the first time. Basically a riad is like, it's like a home, but the center of it is open. There's no roof. Sometimes there's like a tarp kind of roof. We stayed in a lot of these, especially in like Marrakesh and Fez. It was also my first experience with Medinas, which are basically like grid-like alleys. You know how like people go into those corn mazes for Halloween?
That's where we're at.
That's what this is. We actually just wanted to get lost. With shops that surprisingly sell all the same things. I don't understand how people all sell the same things in these Medinas.
I don't know, it's really fun. You feel like you win.
It's a game.
Our apartment for the month I shared with Tyler. It was all right. You know, I had a nice big bed, a nice big bedroom. We were right by the, like, literally next to the train station, so it got kind of loud. The amount of honking, dozens and dozens of horns going all the time, the whole day. The traffic is nuts. Like, I don't understand how, my first experience with the traffic in Morocco was unlike anything I've ever experienced. Like, there is no traffic patterns. They just drive and get where they need to go, however they need to do it.
How many lanes is this?
This is a 4-lane road. We are currently experiencing 7 lanes of traffic. And someone's gonna try and sell you a map right now.
Yeah. I don't get one?
Okay, we're going all the way up there.
Yep.
I like it. It's a good first move.
Oh. Cool.
Oh, good. There's whatever. This means that I can turn at the same time as them. It's great. It means that I'm going to use them as car barriers.
You're also going to want to right.
This guy's also turning. We're all turning.
There are no rules here.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
They just merge when they want to. They fly down. There aren't any lanes. I don't even know what lanes are merging because there aren't any lanes.
The drivers drive however the fuck they want, but they do a really great job of being aware of pedestrians and bikes. Surprisingly, skating felt really safe. They would get out of my way, and I didn't really have to worry, it felt like. Hey, number 7A, why? Hey was great. I think it was one of my favorite workspaces from this year. The only problem, and I'm gonna say this once, was its location. Hey was like a 15, sometimes 20-minute drive from where we were staying. There was nothing we could do about it. I mean, it had a tent on the roof. I worked from a tent for the whole month of October. It was 2 levels of workspace and a rooftop with a tent.
No, I'm just filming.
Oh, so?
Yeah. You guys think this is for you? It's not for me.
They had amazing lunches. Every day they had a chef that would prepare a big smorgasbord. I think it was like $2 or $3 to have lunch there if you wanted to, and I would do that as often as I could because getting food was hard because there was nothing in the area. There was my sandwich guy. He was like a 10-minute walk away. He didn't even have a restaurant. He just had a little tent. Didn't even have a sink. All the meat sat in a window, and you know, he just was there at all hours, and I would go there really late at night. He was so friendly to me and so welcoming, and like he let me smoke from his pipe one night. I showed up there with the gandura. He didn't laugh at me. Okay, he laughed at me a little bit. The first night I went there, I ordered 2 sandwiches, and I swear I had 50 dirham, and I didn't have anything. He was like, take these. And I like thanked him, and then the next day I came back and I bought 5 more sandwiches, and I kept coming back, and we became friends after that. I took Tyler to a hammam bath for his birthday. In Morocco, they have like traditional hammams that like the locals go to, and then they have ones that are more touristy, that you don't even have to leave your hotel for. We went to one that was kind of somewhere in between that. It was like at a local gym, but it was down in the basement. We actually got a massage first. After the massage, they give you like a thong to put on, which was like, I was like, fuck it. If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it. Tyler didn't know what it was. He told me he put it on his head first. We were then taken into another room where we sat in a sauna, and they rubbed black soap on us that they make there in Morocco. I got some of that in my eyes. I don't know how, but it burned. After that, they put you up on these like cement slabs, and you lay down, and then they have these like exfoliating, they're not sponges, but they're almost sponges, and they rub your skin so vigorously until all of it is gone, and then you're just a skeleton sitting on a cement slab, and then they toast your bones and they turn them into ash and they make tagines out of them. But really, they just like scrub your skin until like the dead skin is all gone. I felt like I had new skin on.
Tyler and I just got hammam baths. I feel beautiful. How old are you?
28.
28.
We went to a place called Playland, just like a recreational adventure park. Things to do there. They had those big balls that you get inside of and roll around and bump into each other. I don't know what they're called, but they were kind of fun.
This is so fucking tiring.
You got it. You're sweating.
celebrated Halloween in Fez for Fez's birthday. We were all hanging out in Riyadh in North Africa. And how often do you get to do that? Probably so ridiculous walking through the Medina in our Halloween costumes. I didn't have a Halloween costume, so I just like put on a white t-shirt and I became a greaser. Actually, I was already wearing the white t-shirt, so I didn't really have to put anything on. I did have to cuff my jeans though. Yeah.
Bounce, 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 bounce. This is not my song.
The Atlas Mountains was a lot of fun. It was so beautiful. I have a couple of videos of the Atlas Mountains with our tour guide, who was Berber. His English was great. He was such a wonderful guy. And I'll try to find the link to that tour company, so if anyone's interested in going there and experiencing, I highly recommend it. Getting to sandboard under a full moon was a lot of fun, and it was really great being with our group and getting to do a side trip. Side trips have become my favorite part of the year. Getting to be with like a smaller group of people helps you bond a lot better, I think. My grandfather passed away. My mom called me and I answered it, and I was like, "Hey mom, what's up?" And she she told me, and I just collapsed on the floor, and I hadn't gotten a chance to talk to him, thank him for the birthday gift that he sent me. I've been doing a really bad job of keeping in touch with everyone, so it was just really hard. And what makes it harder is being 5,000 miles away from your family and not being able to do anything for them, not being able to help them, not being able to console them, not being able to be consoled. Not 2 minutes after I found out, I had 2 people there to support me if I needed anything. That's gonna be one of the aspects about traveling with this group that I'm gonna miss the most at the end is, always having someone right there if I need them. This support system is invaluable, and it's something that I wish I could hold on to forever. I got invited to Nancy's birthday party, which was a very small gathering of people. We went shopping at a market and we bought some foods, and then we took all the food that we bought back to Marwa's mom's house, and her grandmother and her aunt and her mom cooked dinner for us, and it was amazing. At that moment when I was struggling with not being able to be there for my family, what I got was the family experience that I really needed at the time. Being surrounded by all that positivity and love, and then sitting down and having a family dinner. I can't say thank you enough to Nancy and to Marwa and her family. That moment on the phone when my mom called me, that started some emotional variance in my year. I hadn't experienced really any of it. I mean, I had some pretty high highs, but no real lows, nothing no valleys really. And that kind of started what would later become, I don't want to say roller coaster, I don't want to make it sound too dramatic, but more emotional variance. And I guess it was just like a shock to me. I felt like I'd been almost immune to negativity. I was just surrounded by so much positivity, In this segment, I'm gonna read some mean Slack messages. I just want you guys to experience some of the hate that I've been getting because of how far behind on the vlog I am. Tyler says, what comes first? Eddie's next vlog or Will's facial hair? He's really good about talking about finishing his vlogs. If only he was really good at actually finishing them. Matt posted a photo, captioned, a rare photo of Eddie not working on his vlog. I just looked up what rare means. Never mind. Jason says, what, are you hating on Eddie's semi-annual vlog? My 2 favorite days of the year. Barath says, leave Eddie alone, okay guys? You don't know what it's like being a remote ears pinup boy. Damn it. There's nothing else I can say, but I'm sorry, and I'm working on the vlog. All the DMs, all the emails, all the pressure, it just shows me that you guys really give a shit about the vlog, and I really appreciate your support. All right, I'm gonna edit this, and then I'm gonna do the next one.